Good morning, natural gas. It's Monday, May the 18th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company, and this is the top news for natural gas. Number one, no LNG deals during Trump's China visit. Number two, Commonwealth LNG has reached FID. Number three, June natural gas breaks above $3. And number four, the EIA has cut the 2027 price forecast due to associated gas growth. Let's turn to the spot June contract. Remember, this goes off the board at the 27th of May, so we've got about a week and a half. Currently, right now, trading at $2.9940, up 3.4 cents or 1.11%. And the RSI is still turning up. We got as high as 304.60 here. So yes, we broke above $3. Finally, this has taken quite a while. And as you can see right now, we're above the 13 and 48 period exponential moving averages. Let's turn to the hourly chart. And crude oil came back off. The equities rallied. And so natural gas took a little bit of profit taking here, actually pushing up to as high as 306, it looks like here. And now we're turning lower. The RSI is now in a sell mode. So we're now below that first resistance, which came in at 2.997. And currently right now, today's pivot is 294.5. So we'll look to see if we push down toward 294.5, rally back later today. And let's take a look at ERCOT. Currently right now, we're expecting renewables here, wind and solar, to be over 52,000 out of 75,000 for the total system-wide demand. And as you can see right now, solar is just about 18%, wind 40% of the fuel mix, and natural gas 31%, but it's only 19,000 megawatts right now. Let's turn to LNG, and as you can see here, this is the Sea Eagle. It's heading toward Asia. We don't know where, but it's now southeast of Barbados. The first LNG tanker, which unloaded in Belgium, is now heading back toward Golden Pass. Golden Pass has no loadings at this time. We'll talk about that. Why? Because it's just not pulling in a lot of feed gas. And let's turn to other LNG facilities. This is Corpus Christi LNG. As you can see right now, we're currently at 2.43 BCF going into the system out of 2.75 total capacity. That's a good thing. Venture Global, even better. Well, this is Plaquemines here, and it's pulling in just in the last day here over 4 BCF out of 3.94 total capacity. So it's pulling in every molecule it can and squeezing out as much LNG as possible. But what isn't working? Golden Pass. It's only pulling 5,500 MMBTUs here out of 800 to 850 capacity for train 1. So there's still some operational hiccups here, some teething pains. So let's see what happens here over the next few weeks. How about the front to back spreads? This is Jan versus the October spread, and it is pushing lower again today, down 2.1 cents here to 134.80. Again, the RSI is pointing to the downside here. Our near-term target, 125. Let's take a look at Novi through March, the strip. And this is gaining just a little bit here, up 1.6 cents here to 388.90 right now. And as you can see, the RSI is trying to climb higher. But we're really just chopping around here for the last couple of weeks. Why? Well, El Nino, Super El Nino. And these are the 2 years during which we had a Super El Nino, 1997 and 2015. And this is the NOAA temperature anomaly composite for those 2 winters, Novi through March. And as you can see, it's warm. So Novi March may be chopping around and may actually rally a little bit, but it won't go very far. How about the weather? Well, this is the anomaly map. And as you can see, this is June 3rd. We're starting to be very, very warm here, except for parts of West Texas and into New Mexico on June the 3rd. This is warmth all the way across the country, all the way into the southeast. Let's take a look at Europe, and Europe starts off a little cooler right now, but then warms up as well. As you can see here, getting into the 21st here, just 3 days away, starts to really warm up in the Iberian Peninsula, into France and Germany, even up into the Scandinavian countries here as we get further into the forecast period. We get some really warm temperatures are forecast around the 27th. So we're getting warm in the Western Europe, a little cooler in Eastern Europe. But then again, as it moves into June, it looks like it's going to be starting neutral. How about storage in Europe? Well, we're still the same. Here's some of the laggards. Netherlands at 12%. So I don't know what they're waiting for, but they better start hurrying up before these warm temperatures come in, because it is probably going to be a warm summer in the US and Europe, and then it's going to be a warm winter. Maybe that's what they're counting on. We'll see. Hey, let's take a look at Asia right now. And as you can see going forward in the forecast period, we get some neutral temperatures here. It does start to warm up again as we get late into the forecast period. We start to see warmth building to the west and then pushing in late into June here. This is June the 2nd here. As you can see, that warmth kicks all that cooler air off the coast. And then we're going to see if Japan in particular has a very warm summer, maybe warmer than 2023. And let's take a look at the tropics, because the Atlantic tropical season officially starts June 1st, unofficially May 15th. And as you can see here, the Western Pacific here is, the Pacific, the Eastern Pacific, is got a higher cyclone, that's tropical activity forecast here, above 40% as we get into late May into early June, but nothing yet in the Atlantic. Why? Well, we're going to see in just a second here. The water temperatures are certainly warm enough. Below Cuba here, 84 degrees. In the Gulf of America, you're looking in the 80s. So this is certainly fuel for some tropical activity, but we've got the Saharan air layer. And as you can see, more of it's coming now off of Africa, and some of it is now pushing in towards Central America here. So again, the currents, the winds start to shift here and start to push this in toward the Gulf of America. So that would inhibit storms not only in the mid-Atlantic, but also in the Caribbean. So we'll keep a careful eye on this. Let's turn to the U.S. nuclear fleet. And currently right now, we're at 9.2 gigawatts are offline for maintenance and refueling. The only one that's fully down, Palisades. Again, that's trying to be recommissioned for AI data center usage. So we are moving along steadily here with coming back online for the U.S. nuclear fleet, getting ready for a potential hot summer. And let's take a look at why they're getting ready quickly, because we've got a drought, folks. We've got a drought basically everywhere in the United States except for the upper Midwest into the Great Lakes region. At this stage, we've got exceptional drought in places like Florida, up into Georgia, and parts of South Carolina. Again, Arkansas, Nebraska now, Colorado, Texas and Oklahoma, and even parts of Idaho. So this is exceptional drought. So we really desperately need some tropical activity. And here's another reason why we may be keeping a careful eye on Japan. Well, and we had an earthquake here 6.73 days ago. Again, this is northeast Japan. And what else also happened in the region? We had a nuclear unit halted for inspection because it had a trace of radioactive steam that was detected. So this is in the same area. Is it because of the earthquakes? We don't know yet, but this is going to keep people in Japan on edge. And if they start reducing the nuclear fleet, that means they need more LNG. And let's take a look at the stocks. These are stocks between $2 and $10 billion, have a high short float. And we've got a mixed bag. CNX behind me up 1.41% and Crescent up 1%. The rest are kind of mixed here. So equities, a little bit of choppiness here. But let's take a look again. The June natural gas contract is currently trading just above $3. Congratulations, 3.007 up 4.7 cents or 1.62%. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.